Guys, hey, it is Q&A time. I went on my Twitter this time and told you guys to ask me some questions, and so I'm gonna go through my Twitter. See, there's my Twitter. Just kidding, it's a black screen. I'm gonna go through my Twitter and choose my favorite ones and select them, then answer them. Okay? Never done this before. Just kidding. I've done it quite a few times. Also, I got a haircut. That's it. That's all I had to say about that. All right, first question. Oh, there's something in my eye. Hang on. First question is from Admiring Chomic. And they say, who is your favorite YouTuber? I've answered this a couple times, but it kind of changes sometimes. I really love Owen Rogers. That's the person that I usually say. If you don't know who that is, he basically tells funny stories and does skits and a bunch of other stuff. He used to be in a YouTube channel called Balloon Shop, and they did like the funniest skits in the world. But yeah, that's probably like my go-to. Like that's my favorite. Other than that, I don't really watch much YouTube other than like IGN, like video game stuff. But I wouldn't really say that's like a favorite YouTuber. That's just like a favorite channel that I watch just for video game news and stuff. Other than that, friends, like all my friends, I like to watch their stuff, and but I actually don't watch that much YouTube, which is kind of funny because I am a YouTuber, and you'd think that I would watch a lot of YouTube, but I'm kind of weird. Hope that answered your question, Admiring Chomic. PB Garcia 2 asks, what is your favorite thing to draw? Every morning I draw on grip tape. For you guys, if you didn't know that I do that, I do that. Basically, you guys request whatever you want me to draw, and I draw on the grip tape. But my favorite thing that I've ever drawn on grip tape, that is a tough one. It has to be with Brian's face. Anything Brian Ames, I love. The first thing that came to my mind, I don't know if this is my absolute favorite, but this is the first thing that came to my mind, was someone wanted me to draw Brian Ames as Kylo Ren. And I did this Brian Ames face that I always draw, and it comes out pretty well, I think. But the body was like a cartoon Kylo Ren, and I had the lightsaber and everything, and I think it turned out really good. So, gosh, burping. I think that was my favorite, just because it looked really good. But other than that, anything with Brian's face, it's just great. I draw Brian Ames as a cheeseburger pretty often. That's a pretty popular one. Brian riding a unicorn, that is the most popular, is Brian Ames riding a unicorn. Everyone ever wants me to draw that. I draw a cheeseburger skateboarding all the time, a snake skateboarding, cute animals. I don't know. I used to draw SpongeBob as a kid. I used to be really good at drawing SpongeBob, but yeah. Brian Ames as Kylo Ren is probably my favorite so far. Fearzy Wearzy asks, can you kickflip whilst blindfolded? Yes, I can. I've actually done that 2 or 3 times. I don't think I've ever been blindfolded, but I have been, or I closed my eyes completely, which is pretty much the same thing. But you know what was way harder than closing your eyes was I wore drunk goggles one time. I think it's on Nigel Alexander's channel, actually. But the last time I went to California, they had drunk goggles, and I put them on, and I've never worn drunk goggles before, but it literally, like, I couldn't stand up straight. Like, I was standing, and then I put on the drunk goggles, and as soon as I put them on, I no longer had a sense of balance, which is weird. Maybe I just sucked at having drunk goggles on, but that was really hard. I kickflipped with drunk goggles on, and that was way harder than closing my eyes. So yes, I have done a kickflip blindfolded. I don't really recommend it unless you're good at kickflips and you like having your eyes closed. Carrie Dinks asks, will you ever do a meetup? Yeah, I've actually done 2 meetups where I straight up was like, hey, I'm going to this skate park at this time, be there or be square. I actually filmed one of them. I actually don't know where the video is, but it's like 2 years old on my channel at that roller coaster skate park. Why'd I do this? But that was really fun. Everyone, not everyone, but a bunch of people showed up from that town and hung out, and we all skated together, and it was super fun. Next time I do it, I want to have like hot dogs and like grill out and stuff, and it'd be super fun. But I don't know when the next time I'm going to do that is, but I would like to do that. I think that'd be super cool, because not only do I like seeing your guys' comments and stuff like that, but I love seeing you guys face to face. That's my ultimate favorite thing, because it's different than going online and seeing comments and all that. It's way better to actually see you as who you are. I said are weird. Old Dog New Trick 5 asks, what happened to your accent you had in your first videos? I actually didn't notice that I had an accent when I first started YouTube, and then everyone in Cincinnati not made fun of me, but like occasionally I would say a word and they'd be like, wow, that was a super strong Kentucky accent. And now that I watch my older videos, I definitely notice that I used to have a way thicker accent than I do now. And I think that has to do with me moving. If you move to a new area and everyone talks differently, you subconsciously start talking how they do, and you don't even mean to. It's just what happens. I had a friend that lived I had a friend that lived near me for forever, and then they moved to this one part of Georgia, and then I visited them the next year, and they had the thickest, like, Georgia accent ever. It was crazy, and they didn't even notice it, and it was just because everyone they hung out with had that accent. So I think it has a lot to do with who you hang around at all times, because it subconsciously influences you, even if you don't mean for that to happen. Nata110247 asks, what was your first job? My first job was in construction, kind of. It was at construction sites. I was 16 years old, and I didn't like full-on work construction, but I basically did the job where you just go around and clean up trash of all the construction workers, and it was like 120 degrees that summer. It was pretty horrible, actually. I pulled weeds, I swept unfinished houses all day, drove to houses, and cleaned up trash. That's basically what I did. Every day was around 6 to 7 hours, and that doesn't sound that bad, but I honestly would rather be doing construction stuff than doing the stuff that I did, because it was more monotonous. Like, I didn't have an end goal. The goal was to sweep this room or to pull those weeds. Like, it wasn't like build this house, you know? I don't know. I'm glad I had the job, but it was my least favorite job that I've ever... No, actually, it was not my least favorite job, and I don't want to talk crap on UPS because that is a great company, but UPS was my least favorite job, and there was a lot of scenarios that happened in UPS which made me not like it, but it was mainly the people that I was with, but not the company itself, so I don't want to talk crap on UPS, but UPS was my least favorite job. Mr. Mapkin asks, what is your biggest motivation to keep doing YouTube regularly, and have you ever thought about quitting? My biggest motivation to quit YouTube, that's not what the question was. My biggest motivation to keep doing YouTube is, I don't really have to have motivation to do it. It's just what I do, and I love doing it, so I don't really think like, man, I'm not motivated and I need to have something to make me want to do it, because I just want to do it. That's just what I do. I make YouTube videos, and it's super fun. I can't really imagine myself not making YouTube videos. Another thing is, it's my job, and if it wasn't my job, I would still make YouTube videos, but the fact that I get paid to do it just gives me more incentive, is that the word? To keep on putting out quality content, because it's literally how I make money. So even if I didn't get paid, I would make YouTube videos. I want to make them every day, and I love to make them every day. So I'm very lucky to be in this position. Not trying to get too heartfelt, but I am very lucky to be doing this for a living, and I love it. I don't really think of things that motivate me to do YouTube, because I just want to do YouTube. I don't know if that answer made sense, but I tried to answer it as best as I could. Gillermodur17. I don't know what I said. What's your favorite kind of pie? Pumpkin. With a freaking ton of whipped cream. There's gotta be whipped cream on that thing, man. Pumpkin pie is awesome, though. And it's almost pumpkin pie season. Or is it pumpkin pie season? It should be, all the time. And last question. This is the last one. South Park Man 4 asks, what is your opinion on scooter riders? That's a good question, and I don't know if I've ever talked about this before. It's not really scooter riders per se, like the object that they are riding, but usually scooter riders get labeled as the people that snake everyone at the skate park, or are the most annoying people at the skate park, but for me, it's everyone. Like, okay, that sounded funny. Everyone's annoying. For me, it's usually like small kids that don't have their parents with them, that don't really know what they're doing. They think like the skate park is a playground. For me, it's not even people that are riding things. It's usually like a bunch of like 4 or 5-year-olds that are running around the skate park, which is super dangerous. You should never let your kids do that, because it's a skate park. They can get injured. But it's usually like kids that are just running around, kicking a ball, running in front of you. Like that's pretty crazy. But I've only had one bad like scooter kid experience, and it was actually pretty hilarious. He was following me around the entire skate park saying, "Get out of my way, turkey," the entire time, and I had to actually leave the skate park because he would not let me skateboard. But it wasn't the fact that he was riding a scooter, it was just the kid didn't have manners. Like, he was just kind of rude. So my opinion on scooter riders is I don't care what they're riding. A lot of scooter riders are insanely talented. There's one scooter rider that I know at Ollie's that can do like backflips and stuff, and I think it's a blast to watch him. So if you ride a scooter, that's awesome. I will not judge you for riding a scooter. I do not ride a scooter, but that is okay, you know? We all have our things that we like to push around on. And the whole thing of like scooter riders are snakes, they're stupid, or whatever you want to say, that's all pretty silly, like in the long run. Skaters have just jumped on that bandwagon of calling scooter riders stupid or whatever, so yeah, I don't really care what you ride. You can ride one rollerblade if you want, and I won't judge you. That'd be actually kind of awesome. You should do that. All right, that is it for this Q&A. It seemed kind of quick, but maybe it wasn't. Maybe I just talked too much. But if you guys enjoyed that, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment for me telling me something great that happened during your day, okay? To participate in future Q&As, you can follow all my social medias, which will be at the end of the video and in the description. The link no, not in the link. Gosh. All my social medias will be in the description. That's what I'm trying to say. And that is all I have to say. Every time I use this light, I have to do this. Look how bright the light is, guys. It's like white. Look at it. And that is what I used to look like. You're welcome. You guys did it. Yeah. Nice.
You hear that noise?